Hello viewers from the gaming community, and I would just like to say thank you for spending some of your time to go and check out my video. So today I will be showing you how to make yourself a better Call of Duty player, and today I have some fairly simple steps, and well, one of them does cost money, but I'll get into that, so we'll start with that now. So the first step is kind of by Control Freaks. I'll put a link in the description to their website. I did buy my pair of Control Freaks for about £10. I'm not sure how much they would cost in US dollars, but what they do is they make the analog sticks higher, so they give you a better position of where you want the aim to go. So I think this is one of the best keys about making yourself a better Call of Duty player, because it really does help you with the aiming. So that's the first step, and now we're moving on to the second step, is playing private match before, well, first thing when you come on. So pretty much, if I'm not talking to anyone I just want to play on my own, I always go into a private match, and so I always go into strike zone. Then I put it on a free-for-all, and I've already got a custom one set up, so it's free-for-all, 75 kills, unlimited time, and I always put the max number of bots, and I always put it on recruit, and this pretty much just gets you warmed up, it gets you pumped. And I also tend to listen to music as well. You don't have to do this, but I reckon it just gets me pumped. It makes you aim really well. You could just, because there's so many enemies around the map, you shoot somebody, shoot another person is really good. So now we are moving on to step 3, which is sensitivity. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, step 3, I believe, which is sensitivity. I definitely recommend you don't go too high. I tend to actually stay with 4. I reckon 4 gets, it just feels the right amount. You can either, I would say, go around about 4 to about 7 or something, I don't know, but I usually stick with 4. I reckon it's just perfect for me. I can just quickly lock onto people. It makes the aiming so much more clear, because if you put it on 20, I just think, whoa man, that's way too fast. How do you lock onto people? You don't really have much of a, look at that, you don't really have much aiming. So if you just take it down to 4, you get a nice clean movement going from enemies to enemy, and I think it is just very well, it works well with these Control Freaks as well. But I did used to play on the highest sensitivity, like on Bonfire 2 days ago. I think it was 10 hours the highest, and up to Black Ops 2, and then I went down to 4 when this game came out. I thought it would benefit me more, and it has. So now that is that. We are moving on to step 5, which is button layout. Now, if you don't know that if you change it to tactical, it basically changes the B button, which is to go prone or crouch, and then the prone and crouch will turn into the right stick, so it will be replaced by the knife, and then yeah, so the B and the right stick get changed over. So if you see an enemy, you can just hold down right stick and it will take you down to prone. But if you want a knife, you have to go all the way to the B button, and then you'll start knifing. But this is really good, but then it also has its pros and cons. Like the pros is obviously you could just drop shot really quickly, but the con is that I have troubles with my knifing. I don't know if it's just because I'm just not used to it, but it definitely takes a lot longer to knife with this. But I still reckon it is a lot better, because you can just quickly go around the corner, drop shot, halo jump, you know, do all of that malarkey. So that is that. Now step 6 is actually quite a different kind of tip. Is what I find for me is that if I watch an MLG tournament, like I just watched the X Games and Anaheim, and since I came back playing Call of Duty after them events, I have just been absolutely melting people. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but every time I watch a tournament or something, it just gets me pumped, gets me hyped. Because I pretty much watch every match. Like I literally just like focus hardcore on the games, and then I come back on and I feel like one of them players. I feel like an Optic guy. Call me Optic Drifts if you wish, but my aim is just Obliminal. So I definitely recommend that if you're into a competitive Call of Duty. If you're not, don't worry about it. Just follow the other steps and I'm sure you'll do just fine. Now we are moving on to the next step, which is having a decent headset. Now what I mean by decent headset is not ones that you get from Microsoft. I mean like a proper like set of Turtle Beaches or Tritons or any strong good company like that. I actually have the Turtle Beaches X12s and I think they're about £40 on in Amazon, so I'm not entirely sure. They might be considerably more. I'm not sure how they are in US dollars, but headset's really good because even if yeah, cause, you can seriously hear footsteps from so far away that it just gives you so much more help. Like if somebody was down here at the bottom of this burger shop, you'd be able to hear them from here. It's crazy. But if you get like a £300 pair of Triton or something, I don't even want to know how good the sound quality would be. You probably hear them from over there or something, I'm not entirely sure. But now we are moving on to the next step, which is the best class setups for these specific maps. Guys, these classes I'm about to show you now, they work absolutely amazing for all the maps I'm going to show you now. So for small to medium maps, I definitely recommend the Vector because it is like a melting machine. It is the best SMG at the moment. It has the fastest ADS time out of every single gun in the game. So let's get started with the class. So we obviously have the Vector. Well, you can choose any camo, but I like to have the Kiss of Death. I really want the Warcry, but my clan will get there eventually. I usually have Foregrip and Red Dot. These two attachments work absolutely perfect. If you don't want the Red Dot, you can either pull it to Iron Sight or something, but I definitely recommend the Red Dot sight. Also, Thermal is very good on this gun as well, but I prefer to stick with Red Dot. We aren't using any secondaries because you really don't need any because the Vector is just that powerful. I do tend to run frag grenades because they work very good for objectives like search and destroy and domination. But you can obviously change them around if you do so. For the perks, I'm using Ready Up, Quick Draw, Dead Silence, Amplify and Focus. All of these perks are very vital. You can obviously change around these perks if you do wish to, I don't know, to like steady aim or sleight of hand, agility, marathon, any what you think is suitable for you. But for me, these perks work very well, especially with Amplify. With my Turtle Beaches, you can hear them so far away and it gives you a huge edge, and you can also hear people with Dead Silence. That also helps as well. Now we are moving on to the rather large maps, and this is if you're playing Search and Destroy or something, you might want to do a bit of sniping. So I'm going to give you a USR with the Kiss of Death cam. I think I've got a Kiss of Death for every gun. We are going to use Thermal Sight. Thermal Sight is absolutely beast. I definitely recommend it. It helps you out so much. And I'm using Chrome Lined, and this does help a lot. It definitely reduces the amount of hit markers. Usually the USR gets like a one-hit kill. You don't really need to worry about the accuracy because it usually comes back in time before you could take your second shot. Now I definitely strongly agree that you should have a secondary because you can't really go around running close quarters with a sniper. So if you're running close quarters, run corners, I usually tend to whack out my pistol. I'm using the P226. If you think any of the other pistols are better, please leave a comment below saying which one you think and why. For the attachments, I'm using a muzzle brake. I believe that you need kind of muzzle brake on the pistols because pistols aren't really too strong on this game, so it just helps with the longer range, giving it a better edge. Now because I'm using Thermal, I like to have a smoke grenade, so if you're rushing on Search and Destroy and you think they're planting that bomb, you can just throw them down and you can just snipe through the smoke, and it is very good. And you also have a frag grenade just in case, but you can also change it around for maybe IED, Semtex or canister bomb or whatever you like. Now for the perks, I'm running 4 perks. I'm using Ready Up, Quick Draw, Dead Silence and Amplify. Like I said again, you can change it to anything you want. It will adapt to you specially. I think these perks work well with me. I don't believe I need steady aim because I'm not really going to be no scoping. I reckon these perks are really weird. Not really weird, really good because you can just pretty much just quick scope him. It kind of does work in this game, and I'm using the perks of the Assault of Trinity Rocket, Battle Hind, and Helo Pilot. I use these for every single one of my classes, so they will never change. Now we are kind of on the small to medium maps. I would say this is kind of more of a medium map, because if I was going to run a small map, I would use the Vector. So if it was more of a bigger medium map, I would run the MTAR, very strong gun, and I would use a flash suppressor and foregrip just to maximize the amount of recoil coming out of this gun, because it gives, with these two attachments, it gives you the ability to absolutely help you so much. It'll with this class, you'll pretty much be dragging your team along with you. It gives you the edge so much. It's really good, so I definitely strongly recommend it. I do actually have gold. This is the only gun I have gold with, apart from the knife, which is you get on 5th prestige. I already made a video on that. So we are not running secondaries because we don't need it, because this gun is an absolute beast and it is fine on its own. We are using frag grenade like always, no tactical. The perks we are using is ready up, quick draw, dead silence, amplify, and focus. Like pretty much exactly the same thing as the Vector. So we have got exactly the same kill streaks like I said earlier, and now we are moving on to our final class, which is the Remington. Now this gun I absolutely love to bits. If you're on the medium to large maps, this gun is the gun for you. So obviously get the Remington R5, stick it with thermal and foregrip. This gun, because it hasn't got that much recoil, you can just kill people so far away. It works perfectly, very great for a search and destroy. I'm using lethal of a frag grenade, and for the perks I'm using quick draw, ready up, dead silence, amplify, and focus, just like the MTAR and the Vector. You're using exactly the same kill streaks. So guys, that is all of my classes for the making yourself becoming a better Call of Duty player. So if you thought this informational video was really helpful, please leave a like, subscribe if you want more, if you want to see some more of my really awesome content. So guys, have a good day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.